The one thing that parents always get wrong at youth sporting events is becoming a sideline coach when they should be a spectator. By screaming at the refs or trying to coach their child from the sideline during the game, they are helping no one. Instead of making their child better, parents only embarrass them and make their child worse. According to kids' sports psychology and many other studies, 75% of kids drop out of sports by the time they are 13. These kids are only in 7th grade when they have dropped out of sports completely. Some people may say that this is because these kids were not good enough or that they stopped enjoying playing the sport, but that is only partially true. Most kids do not stop playing at a young age because they are not good enough. However, they do stop playing because the sport was not enjoyable anymore. But the sport became less enjoyable for a reason you may not initially think. It is not because of the other children. It is definitely not because of the competition. It is because of the parents. Parents take away their child's confidence and also embarrass their child without even knowing it. According to one 12-year-old, he is quoted as saying, "The major problem affecting my confidence is my parents." Many children are having their confidence affected by their parents. So why is this happening? Parents are supposed to support and help their child succeed. But the sad thing is, I can tell you what the problem is. There is one thing that goes against and prevents a parent from doing what they should do at a youth sporting event. That one action is sideline coaching. For those unfamiliar with the term, I am not talking about when the coach gives constructive feedback or input to their team. What I'm talking about is when a parent decides that they know what is right and decides to scream it from the sideline. That one simple act of sideline coaching does not help anyone. Besides, like it was mentioned in the official U.S. football website, if you wanted to be the coach, you should have had signed up and dedicated your time in doing so. Even if you don't agree with your coach's decision in a game, it's never appropriate to yell from the sidelines that your child should disobey them. If you didn't sign up to be the coach or not the coach for that team, do not coach. Telling your child to disobey the coach is not something you want to teach your child in life. You want them to learn to respect leaders so they are successful in life. You as a parent have to remember at all times to teach your child good lessons in life. But sideline coaching the player is not the only action parents do to hurt their own child. Trying to sideline coach the referee or official is even worse. In any sport activity you do, chances are there is an official. These officials are human and do get some calls wrong. But as a parent, you have to remember that these officials are certified and have training in that officiating that particular sport. Yet, time and time again, I've seen parents yell at the refs, and that parent's child having a mortified look on their face while playing the game. According to the same 12-year-old as before, he felt embarrassed when his mom challenged the referee's calls. The most important thing, though, is that parents need to know the official will never change their calls based on what they say. I've been a soccer ref for the past few years, and I've changed my calls maybe 5 or 6 times in that whole period. And the reason I changed the calls? It was not because of the parents screaming at me. It was because I consulted with the other referees and we decided on something different. So I plead to every parent, stop telling the ref how to do their job, especially if you're not a certified ref in that sport. It only embarrasses you, but even more importantly, it embarrasses your child. Nowadays, too many children quit sports too early because of what their parents say and do. That is why I leave you with one final reminder. Youth sports are for kids, not parents. If it was for parents, they would have been called adult sports.